thank you so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson, and I'm here with my friend Gary Rich. He is a trumpet player in San Diego. And Gary, you do, it's not just classical, but you also mostly do jazz, is that correct?
Right, yeah, primarily I'm a jazz trumpet player now.
Okay. Oh, so you started as classical?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
like many instrument players.
Yeah, you have to be classically trained to play jazz, honestly. You have to be able to play your instrument. If you can't play your instrument, it doesn't matter what music's in front of you.
Okay. Oh.
Right? Can
we have a little sample of a little bit of what classical would sound like with the trumpet, and then also what jazz would sound like?
Sure. And that's a well-known trumpet piece called the third movement of the Hummel Trumpet Concerto, and it demonstrates classical technique like double tonguing and blowing through a phrase with continuous air so the notes don't sound choppy.
Okay.
A jazz articulation is not quite so perfect. Just a little different articulation, which you learn by listening and trying to imitate and gradually figuring out how to produce the sounds.
Okay, and then so for the jazz, is that mostly improv?
Just now, it's just whatever came out from it.
That's
just kind of
really
around.
Cool, really cool. And so, what about? Are there like some cool sound effects you can do with your?
This is the favorite question of all the kids I teach. Let's start with a trip to New Orleans.
Okay.
And so basically just using the hand to cup the bell, and it blocks the sound from coming out, and you release the sound. And you'll see this in big band concerts if you watch old videos, where the whole section is going do-wah, do-wah.
Oh, really?
Now, to be more exact, I usually don't use my hand. The proper tool for a wah-wah mute is actually a bathroom plunger, a clean one, new only, and the same size as your bell.
Really?
And you hold it, and you simply hold it away from the bell, gives you a sound, and you can also close it open. It gives a much more pronounced wah to the sound.
Huh. And
so that's a real thing.
Is that Louisiana style?
It kind of started with the blues in Louisiana, in the New Orleans style, where you'd hear this wah-wah sound and the crying, plaintive sound of a trumpet.
Oh.
Because usually a trumpet's thought of as very... what's the word I'm looking for?
Royal? Almost?
Yeah, royal, fanfare. Fanfare for the common man, that kind of thing. Whereas if you're trying to represent a singer's contemplative wail, like they're singing the blues and everything's wrong, and how do you communicate that through an instrument?
Sure.
Well, you can't just go. That represents nothing. Those
no
are just
emotion,
notes.
right?
But what if you went...
Much more emotional.
Right. So in that case, we're just blocking the sound of the trumpet by pushing the valves down halfway, and we get that kind of odd in-between sound.
Oh, okay.
And there's even other animals represented by that half valve.
Oh, yeah?
If you've ever been to a Christmas concert and you've heard a horse in the trumpet section,
yes,
it's this. That's it.
That really sounds like a horse, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty wicked.
Is that, don't they also play, is it the trumpets that play that before the horse racing?
Oh, the call to the race.
Yeah. You don't just do gigs in San Diego and elsewhere, but you also teach.
Right. I primarily enjoy the process of teaching over playing gigs even. I mean, they're both special in a way. Playing gigs is great, but I've done a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
and it's not that it's a job, but when you go to play a gig, you're entertaining and you're doing something for the audience and for yourself. When you're teaching, you're changing a life. And so I can't say that I don't enjoy teaching just a little more than even gigging.
Sure.
There's a certain part of me that just gets more out of it, which is why I teach like I do. So I have local students in San Diego that study with me, but I also teach online.
Okay. Like through Skype or something?
Right, exactly.
Okay. So if you want to get some trumpet lessons, you can live anywhere in the world. What's your website?
It's called SanDiegoMusicMan.com.
San Diego Music Man.
You can just email me at richgary@hotmail.com.
It's almost Christmas. Would you like to play us a Christmas song?
Sure, be happy to.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
And Happy Hanukkah.